Good morning, folks. CHMR Chief Meteorologist James Foley here for your morning update for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. A warming chin for the next couple of days before we get into some showers for your Friday. We have some nice Thanksgiving warmth and some Thanksgiving dry weather to talk about as well. And yes, we do have some snow for mid to late next week that is very likely with our next weather pattern. Overall, current conditions in St. John's right now, 2 degrees under mostly clear skies. No wind chill. It feels like 2 out there because those winds south 4 kilometers per hour. The humidity at 84%. Dew point at -1. So not a bad start to the morning other than it's pretty cold out there. But we will see temperatures rebound quite nicely this afternoon into the lower teens, possibly even some mid-teens for some small local areas. As we take a look now at the current satellite and radar, we do see that we do have a very large system to the south of Nova Scotia. That system is bringing them some very heavy rain and gusty winds. That is also spreading some increasing cloudiness towards the island. However, you'll notice that right over here, we have a building big ridge of high pressure. This big ridge of high pressure is actually going to keep us dry over the next 24 to 48 hours, and it's going to keep the rain to the south. It's also going to dissipate some cloud cover as well because it's a very large high pressure, but it's also doing another big role, and that is it's keeping this big system away. Now you might say, well, that is one heck of a system. When you get those isobars really packed together, that indicates a very powerful storm, and this storm is very powerful with a barometric pressure of 970 millibars. What we're looking at here, that is Hurricane Leslie. Now a hurricane as of a couple hours ago with winds packing 75 miles per hour, or in other words, 120 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. This storm, Hurricane Leslie, will not impact us, but it is going to stay well offshore and give us some gusty winds and also some very large waves and rough surf over the next several days. Leslie's going to stay out to sea as that high pressure continues to keep it away. So that's the good news with that high pressure we have now. It's going to keep a lot of these systems away. We also have this very large system here that is going to affect Labrador as we get over the next 48 to 72 hours with heavy rain and very strong winds gusting upwards of 100 kilometers per hour, but that will not impact our weather. And the only thing we'll probably get out of that is when it becomes a frontal system, and that front will bring us some showers, but the showers is not until Friday morning into Friday afternoon. We're also tracking a few more other tropical systems. There's a system down here in the Caribbean that we are watching very closely. That system also could develop into a tropical depression or tropical storm over the next 5 days. Let's take a look at the satellite of Leslie right now. Very powerful storm, as you can see here. When you get those dark cloud cover, those clouds becoming in the dark colors, that's showing an intensifying system. Leslie is now a hurricane at 75 miles per hour, tracking to the north, away from any landmass, so that's the good news. But Leslie, now Category 1, is becoming a lot more organized over the last several hours and continues to increase in size as well. She's a very large system, and it would not be surprising if Leslie becomes a Category 2 later today or tomorrow with winds upwards of 100 miles per hour. This is a very dangerous storm for any boaters out there. Just luckily this will remain offshore. Looking at the futurecast now, over the next 48 hours for closer to home here, it looks not too bad. Really dry actually. As we take a look over the next several hours here, that high pressure building in once again, keeping that rain off to the south. This high pressure will finally eventually move out of our area as we get into Thursday afternoon. there's that big system over Labrador with some very strong winds and heavy rain. But here on the island, we are staying dry. Winds do increase, though. We will see winds increasing to gusts of 70 kilometers per hour by tomorrow afternoon as a high pulls away. Then that system over Labrador becomes a frontal system. We'll see a cold front. That cold front comes in for Friday morning into Friday afternoon with some scattered showers. And then we'll see clearing skies as we get into the weekend for your Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Here's a good view of what we can expect over the next several days, including the weekend here. Thanksgiving weekend as well, using the European model. The European has been doing a good job so far in forecasting the patterns. And here's basically the jet stream pattern here. You got cold Arctic air far to the north. You got warm tropical air to the south. And then the jet stream storm path that goes right over Newfoundland into the mid-states. As we play this, as we get into today, into tomorrow, we see that big building ridge right there of that pressure. That's going to actually bring some warmer temperatures for our neck of the woods as we get into Thursday. And even into Friday, we are looking at some humid conditions on Friday where temperatures will likely creep up to near 20 degrees. And then as that cold front comes, we'll see those temperatures finally cooling down as we get into the weekend. However, we kind of remain mild even into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, looking at fairly dry conditions and mild temperatures. Then we start to see a temperature change here. Once we get into Thanksgiving Monday, notice a big area of cold air here. This is an Arctic air mass, and this here is going to funnel its way down into Monday. We get a brief warm-up for Tuesday into Wednesday, and then look what happens. We get into Wednesday afternoon into Thursday. Much colder air moves in, and this is where we're actually going to see the potential for some snow. I get an alert here. I'll just ignore that for a second. We could see some very cold air and potential for snow. When you get the thickness levels of 516, 522, 530, that shows that the air up above 10,000 feet is very cold, and the 850 millibar temperatures at 5,000 feet are indicating on these days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of late next week, of being closer to minus 10. Not at the surface, but at 5,000 feet. And air temperatures near the surface so will be only around 4 degrees. So we are looking at the possibility of snow, not rain, but snow, for late next week. And that cold air does actually continue even as we get into later part of next week, into Friday. And then we could possibly see some relief as we get into late next weekend. Alright, so let's take a look at the forecast right now, because it's not too bad. Looking at the hourly forecast, so 6 a.m. we are looking at mostly sunny skies and 2 degrees. By 9 a.m. mostly sunny skies and 4. By noontime mostly sunny and 7. By 3 o'clock mostly sunny and 11. By 6 p.m. partly cloudy skies and 10. And 9 o'clock looking at partly cloudy skies and 10 degrees. Lots of sunshine for today from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get out and enjoy it. Today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 11, southeast winds 20 kilometers per hour. We see those temperatures slowly creeping up into the morning hours, still on the cold side, but we will warm up nicely once we get towards noon hour. So if you're heading to school, bundle up. It is a cold morning towards school, and then during lunchtime and on your bus home, it is going to be much milder with temperatures around 10, 11, 12 degrees and plenty of sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low 4, wind southeast 20 kilometers per hour. So not as cold, but we will see some increasing clouds. That's going to help us be a little milder. And the temperature trend for tonight, we're keeping those temperatures steady into the high single digits to around 10 right through the overnight hours. And then as we get into the very early morning hours, we'll see those clearing skies, and that's going to allow for some more colder air to come through, and that's going to bring our temperatures down to 4 or 5 degrees. So tomorrow we'll see increasing winds ahead of that front, clouds as well building. 13 degrees tomorrow, not a bad day. In fact, 13 is the actual average for this time of year. Those winds increase in the east-southeast, 40 gets in the 70. Tomorrow's outlook, 9 a.m. 8 degrees. By noontime you're at 10, by 3 p.m. 13, by 6 p.m. cloudy skies and some windy conditions as well, and a temperature of 10 degrees. Your Thanksgiving Sunday, it looks like this. 9 a.m. 4 degrees. By noon, 9 degrees. By 3 o'clock, 15 degrees. Great day for turkey. And partly sunny skies. And then mostly sunny skies by supper time. And 6 p.m. looking at 13 degrees. North winds at 15 kilometers per hour. The weekend forecast looks like this. It's dry. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're looking at temperatures of 10 to 15 degrees. Colder mornings though. Below freezing on Monday morning. And as we get into the temperature tracker, the average is 13. Today will be 11. Thursday will be at seasonal at 13. Friday, the warmest at 18. Saturday, 13. Sunday, you're at 15. As we take a look at the next 10-day forecast, we're looking at those showers on Friday, 18 degrees. Beautiful Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday under high pressure. We'll see increasing clouds on Tuesday. Temperatures, though, cooling down 8 degrees, a morning temperature of -2. We could see some patchy hard frost there. And then, of course, that pattern I was telling you about for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, where we could see some wintry mix for Wednesday, and windy with a high of 9. And then much colder with a chance of some flurries as we get into Thursday and Friday. Temperatures only into the mid to high single digits. That's your CHMR weather. I am CHMR Chief Meteorologist James Schwab. Have a great morning, folks.